Good morning, everyone. Today we all are assembled here in our Hall of Historic Auditorium. We are going to conduct mock parliament on UN General Assembly. Here we have our team performer, a member of all countries for vote. Your presence with silence is quite necessary. So, are you ready, friends?
Yes.
Should we start?
Yes.
Now, I am welcoming you all and going to start the program with joy. I know excitement is no more controlled by us. So let us start. Honorable President Madam, can we?
Yes.
Thank you.
I, as Secretary to President, announcing you all, Honorable Delegates, Secretary General and Madam President, a very good morning to you all. Under special session, Rule 11, Article number 57, Para 2 of Charter of United Nations. We start the session under Rule 1 to 11 and the opening date of the session is under Rule 1. And we have the agenda under Rule 12 to 24, that is comprehensive and sustainable development in the world. Developed nation must take care of the developing nation. And all the delegations are under Rule 25 to 26. The presiding power, the President and the Vice President are under Rule 30 to 37. UN directed English as the language of working under Rule 51. Is it, Madam President? Madam President has set the committees under Rule 96. Admission of new member nation to United Nations are under Rule 134 and 138. Discussion and debate on the proposed subject sustainable development by developed nations are under Rule 152. Questions regarding subjects by developing nations are under Rule 162. Voting will held under Rule 164. The result will be declared under Rule 165. The closing date of the session is under Rule 2. Place of the meeting is under Rule 3. At last, notifications by Secretary are under Rule 4. I thank you all. Now I request to the Secretary General to address the Assembly.
Madam President and all the delegates here, good morning. We all are assembled here in the 78th session of United Nations General Assembly for achieving sustainable development by 2030. Our aim is to show that the transformation is still possible and is happening around us in so many places with so many innovations and with engagement of so many people. It is an opportunity to demonstrate that as one united family of nations, we have what it takes to eradicate poverty and hunger, tackle climatic change, deliver gender equality, and achieve all global goals. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is designed to address the very fragilities and shortcomings that the pandemic has exposed. This agenda also demands a swift and just transition to low carbon and resilient economies. This green transition can deliver more and better environment. It will reduce the risk of future pandemics and mitigate the worst effect of climate change. From the roof of the world, the Himalayas, I want to say loudly to reduce the global warming effect and mitigate the worst effect of climate change. The world is now warning, and the world does not only belongs to us but also to our future generation, for which we should preserve it. In short, 2030 Agenda provides us the guiding light we need to end the pandemic and to respond to its socio and economic impacts. Together, let us make this a decade of action, a decade of ambition, and a decade of peace. Now I request Madam President to designate the Assembly. Thank you.
of the United Nations, Excellencies, heads of states and governments, honorable representatives and executives, and all stakeholders here present. Good morning. Peace and respectful humanity across its great diversity are the central mission of the United Nations. Peace is elevated in Article 1 in the Union Charter as both the goal of our collective efforts and the essential tool for settling international disputes. It is at the heart of our 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and inherent to our ultimate sense of safety and well-being because it is an agenda designed to strengthen peace and the agenda that requires peace for its successful implementations. But today, our Commission is under threat. Dozens of conflicts are raging around the globe. 1 in 6 of the world's 1.8 billion young people lives in a conflict, setting the highest number in the last 20 years. A staggering 100 million people have been displaced by violence, more than double the number a decade ago. Not one of us is spared from the effect of today's cascading prices, whether around fuel and climate or safety and energy. The United Nations is an institution that embodies the notion of cooperation, understanding good faith, and tolerance. It is where inclusive, open, and genuine global dialogues should take place to give peace a chance to create a just, equal, safe, and sustainable world for all of us. The time is now for us to be the leaders, and that is why we are here, to lead. So let's stop demanding the world leaders listen to science and let's start demanding them to act on science. I thank you. Now, with the highness of our respected Secretary General, we are going to start the 78th session towards achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Now, I give the floor to the Vice President of France.
Bonjour, Honorable Secretary General, Madam President, and all the ladies and gentlemen present here. Today I, as a Vice President of France, presenting the report on the scientific aspect of sustainable development. Madam President, to remove the poverty in its all forms, to handle the diversity inside the country as well as between the countries, to conserve our planet and to maintain the sustainable economic growth are linked to each other. And these whole mottos are combinedly known as sustainable development or lay development durable. Madam President, science is an important pillar of development. And if you say sustainable development, then science becomes one of the most important pillars. So here are some points which shows the whole scientific interface of it. First, energy and technology. At first, we have to find some alternative sources of energy as we can't stick to some fossil fuels or coal for a long period of time, as if it gets exhausted, then it could be very dangerous situation for our planet. Second, social science. Social scientists studied the effect of development on human beings, and for the betterment of social instability and mass development, the fields like anthropology can play a big role. Third, public health. For comprehensive development, public health is also a type of challenge for world. So the fields like epidemiology, healthcare access, and disease prevention areas should have to be very much careful about it. Fourth, data analysis. Data-based decision making is an integral part of sustainable development. Researches in fields like data science and analyzation of data are very much useful methods in terms of these kind of development. At conclusion, Madam President, France is always ready to champion the sustainable development. We are just waiting for the opportunity. Merit to Honorable Secretary General, Madam President, and all the ladies and gentlemen present here for your cooperation. Emeritus.
I thank the Vice President of France. I now give the floor to the Vice President of Russia. greet to Your Highness, Secretary General and his President. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Vice President of the United Nations Assembly representing Russia, it is an honor to address this esteemed gathering on the crucial intersection of security and sustainable development. The link between security and sustainable development is undeniable, and Russia recognizes the imperative need to harmonize these two critical aspects for the betterment of our global community. Sustainable development stands at the core of our collective future. It's not just a matter of environmental conservation, but also about social and economical stability. However, we cannot achieve sustainable development without facing the challenges posed by security concerns. Conflicts, instability, and threat to peace directly undermine any efforts toward long-term progress. Russia firmly believes that sustainable development thrives in an environment of peace and security. Madam President, let me highlight some statistics that directly undermine the essential connection. Conflicts impact on development, climate change and security, economic impact of insecurity. Madam President, the Institute for Economic and Peace estimates that violence and conflict cost the global economy around $14.76 million in 1920s century. It is equivalent to 10.6% of total world's GDP. It is an evident that without addressing security concerns, the achievement of sustainable development goals will remain an exclusive dream for many nations. The sustainable development demands a multifaceted approach: conflicts resolution and peace building, environmental stewardship, human security, and many more. Madam President, upholding human rights, securing access to basic needs, healthcare, education, and fostering inclusive societies are fundamental for sustainable development and global community. Russia reaffirms its commitment to fostering a world where security and sustainable development go hand in hand. We call global cooperation, dialogues, and inclusive policies for the betterment of our Earth and its inhabitants. But the challenges are substantial, and collective action and solidarity are our greatest assets to navigating this complex landscape. Madam President, in conclusion, Russia stands ready to work collaboratively with all the member states to build a future where security and sustainable development are not mutually exclusive but are the pillars that support each other. Together, let us forge a path toward a more prosperous, more safer and sustainable development for the generations to come. Attention and honors to all the delegacies, executives and members along with Your Highness and His President.
I thank the Vice President of Russia. I now give the floor to the Vice President of USA.